for coming on board today for the Finmo Connect session today for Training Tuesday. Today we're going to be discussing how to connect Finmo to your favorite CRM, email system, spreadsheet. Essentially how we as Finmo think is Finmo should be a better digital mortgage experience for your clients. And in doing so, we know that a lot of brokers have their specific CRM programs, email systems that they like to use to do their business. So when the people who developed Finmo, the mastermind group of brokers, and then our engineers and everybody moving forward, we knew that creating a system with a built-in CRM was a difficult sell because there's so many companies out there that spend billions of dollars a year, or millions of dollars a year, developing their CRMs that do it much better because that's what they do. So we're about providing a better digital mortgage experience for your clients via application, document collection, and everything around that. And we're going to show you today how you can speak to your CRM programs. So let's get going. So what is Finmo Connect? Let's go ahead and let's jump into my Finmo account. And we'll show you the connections. So over here on the left-hand side, you've got the team settings. In the team settings, up at the very top, we have our integrations button. And in the integrations button, hi Murph, thanks so much for joining us. So integrations with Finmo. A number of different integrations can happen with Finmo. You can connect your Facebook Pixel ID for Facebook advertising. You can have your Google Analytics. So if you like to track how many people are using your affordability calculators, you can go ahead and you can insert that Google Analytics tracking ID in here and see how many people are using those links. Intercom integration. We use Intercom at Finmo, and some of you may have spoken to Marnie, Siobhan, or myself, or Alex, our customer success team. You can have it on in your system as well so that you can communicate with your clients real time when they're doing an application. If it's not on, if you don't have an intercom, of course, if a client clicks on this, they're going to see your contact information. Next up is Zapier. So this is the integration tokens that you can create to speak to Zapier and create a connection between Finmo and your favorite CRM programs, email programs, everything like that. So what tools do we have? So what speaks to Zapier to speak to your CRM? These are things that are called triggers, and every different online software program has different triggers to tell something to do something. And what we've done is our engineers and our programmers have made a relationship with a company called Zapier, Zapier.com. And we have created some triggers. So a trigger is we want to tell your CRM, when this happens, do this. And so that's where Zapier comes in. We create a new application. A new application comes into the system via online, or you have entered it. That's a trigger. So let's go ahead and let's review our trigger data page. Here is all the data right now. So we have new deal or lead, submit application, new deal, push to expert, update document request status, and update deal overview. These are the triggers in green across the top. So you can create and do something in your CRM program based on any one of these triggers. So for instance, submit application. There's a lot of data that can be pushed over to Zapier and in turn your CRM program. The same with a new deal. If you, from an existing client, if you create a new deal, you can have this information pushed over. Push to expert. Again, more information pushed over. And update document request status. So these are the triggers that will tell Zapier what to do in our program. So what is Zapier? Zapier is basically a software middle program. And I've chosen the app button here at the top, and these are all the different apps that Zapier connects to. Hi Valerie, thank you for joining us. So Zapier connects to about 1,500 plus different applications, and through our triggers here, we can tell Zapier what to do in any one of our programs. So lots of brokers, when I'm doing one-on-one training or brokerage training, they say, well, what are the most popular CRM programs? So you simply come down here, you click on the CRM programs, and these are the top CRM programs used in Zapier. So Pipedrive, HubSpot, Salesforce, Zoho, Streak, onward we go. there's a number of different programs that can be used, and each of us has our favorite. And us at Finmo, myself, we will help you connect. We'll help teach you how to do a Zap. I'm going to do that today. I'm going to show you an example. And what we do is help you get that door opened to speak to your CRM, and then you can build out your CRM how you want to build out your CRM based on your customer journey. So we have example customer journeys that we've done up for people, and we really want to help brokers learn how to connect their Finmo program to their CRM. So that's what we do. We're the first step, and then we've partnered with a great agency that can help you for those more complicated set of test cases. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's build what's called a Zap in Zapier, and I'll show you how you can speak to multiple programs within one step. And just like in Finmo, when you're doing an application with somebody and you send out the link and they do the application, they get the list of documents that are required. We can take those steps. We've taken those steps away that would have taken you, 8 steps to get from A to B. We've reduced that. And so with Zapier, that's what it does. It takes the steps away for speaking to another program. So let's go ahead and let's build a Zap. So over here, we're going to click on Make a Zap. System's going to load the Zap creator. And the first thing it's going to ask you is, well, what program? What program is going to be speaking to your CRM? So we're going to just type in Finmo. And when you first get started, you just ask us for the link for the Finmo, because it's a beta program within Zapier, but it's fully operational and working. So now it's going to say, well, what trigger? Okay, so here's a trigger. I'm going to use the most popular one here, submit application. So I'm going to hit the drop down. I'm going to say, what is the trigger? So there it is, submit application, continue. It's going to say what account. It's going to ask you for that token. So let's go ahead and choose that. This account is expired, please reconnect it here. Okay, so it's going to ask you for a token. So now what we can do is we can go back to our Finmo account. We can go to the gear. We're going to go to the integration pages, scroll down, and we're going to get a generate a new token. It brings up all of this, and you just simply copy it. You go back to the login, and you paste it in. Yes, continue. So now the system is going to have permission. So now we can continue. I'm going to skip the test. I know it works. So now it's looking for sample data. So you got the green circle with the white check mark in there. Now, for this exercise, I want to show a multi-step Zap so you can get the understanding of how you can save a lot of time with the program. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new card in the Trello account. I'm going to create a calendar reminder on my G Suite, my Gmail calendar. I'm going to create a row on a spreadsheet, and I'm going to add the client to a MailChimp account as well. So when you get a new application, and this can be all based on your customer journey, you just think about it. Okay, when I get a new app, what do I have to physically do? Well, I got to create a folder in G Drive. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to create a calendar reminder for tomorrow, 24 hours from now, to make sure I look at the deal, pass it over to my licensed assistant, or remind myself to do it. And then I want it in my database and all the other things you do. So let's go ahead and let's do the first one. Let's go Google Drive. So what's the action event? Okay, well, I want to create a folder. This is a new client, a new application. So we're going to continue. So what Google Drive account? Let's go ahead and choose this one. Continue. Okay, so it's going to say what drive in Google. Well, I want my drive. My Google Drive. Perfect. What's the parent folder? It's optional. You can create your own one. So let's go ahead and we're going to give it a folder name. So let's give the folder a name. And we're going to pull in the client's last name. So it's looking at Finmo right now. So I'm going to take the borrower's last name, give it a space, and I want the borrower's first name, space. You can also add in other data. You can add in the date, if you wish, the date that they gave you consent on the application. And you can pull that from in here as well. There's lots of different information you can have included on there. But I'm going to just go with last name, first name. There we go. We're going to continue now. So the system asked you, do you want to do tests? Yes, please. Let's do a test. So now it's going to run a test. You get the check mark. Perfect. So now let's go ahead and let's look at the drive, and we can see if it's done a folder in there. And I'll pull this over and show you. So now it's gone ahead and it's created a folder at 1:19 p.m. my time. Needs a house, Neil. Okay, next step now. So that's our test one. I'm going to go on to the next step for every new application. So now I want to create a card in Trello. So I'm going to choose Trello. What's the action event? I want to create a card. Continue. It's going to say, well, what account, please? Again, we want permission. Okay, so now it's going to say, well, what board, Joe? There's a few boards. Well, I want my client experience timeline. Okay, you have a few lists on there. What list do you want it to go on? I want it under app received. Perfect. What name do you want on that card? Well, I want to choose the data from Finmo, and I want the first borrower last name, space, and first borrower first name. That's good enough. That'll name the card. And then description on the card. What do I want to have in there? Well, I want to get some contact information in there, like I would do if I was setting up a new card. I want to have his email. You can hit enter. You can make it stepped, and let's go ahead and let's choose some more information. We can get a phone number in there. First borrower phone. There we go. So that's good. Label, you can give it a label from Finmo if you know your colors. Let's go with green. And custom labels. Card position, let's move it to the top so we know it's new. Member search step, if you want to add a member from your team, so it's looking at Trello, you can add in anyone that's attached to your account. You can do that. So then due date, file attachments, checklist name, don't need any of these. That's great. Let's go. We're just going to go with this. Let's test it. So now it's doing a test and it's going to tell us it worked. So let's go ahead and let's check out Trello now to see if it actually created that. Client experience timeline. There we go. And there's needs a house Neil. Let's open that up to see if that information got deposited in there. So we got to need a house Neil, his email, his phone number. So it's created a card under our app received on our Trello client experience timeline. So let's go ahead and let's do another step now. And we're going to create a calendar event. So let's go Google Calendar. And I want to create a detailed event. Continue. Again, it's going to ask you for permission from that account. It's going to ask you for login. Sometimes they ask for tokens, sometimes they ask for login. There we go. Continue. Again, I'm going to skip the test. No, it didn't ask me. Good. So now what calendar? So it's going to give me a choice. So let's go my calendar. What's the summary? You can choose data from the main one. We can say need a house space. Let's get the date in there so we know when that application came in, so we can scroll down and we can find the date. Credit check consent date, that's the date the client would have clicked submit, so let's include that. Description, again, we can pull in the data from Finmo. We can give it last name, and let's go with first name. Location, don't need to do that. Start date and time required. So now you can go ahead and you can put tomorrow, 10 a.m. And you can put tomorrow, 10:15 a.m. And repeat frequency, don't have to. How many times all day, color, attendees. You can add someone from your team so it goes onto their calendar as well. You can give it different colors. You can do whatever you want in there. So you can speak to it in a number of different ways. And we click continue, and then of course we're going to do a test, and it lets us know that yep, it created an event, so we can go ahead and we can check out our Finmo calendar. And there's Mr. Need a House already came in tomorrow, gave me the time that the application was created, And so this was simply, you can give it a reminder name saying, oh, I got the new application, I got to go in and underwrite it. Okay, so that's the next step. And then we can go ahead and we can connect it to our database. So we can type in and we can go to MailChimp. Choose MailChimp. And again, it's going to ask you to log in. So we can add, update a subscriber. So let's go add, update a subscriber, continue. It's going to say what account. And audience, you can choose your database. So there's my database. Subscriber email, and again you're going to look at the Finmo app and you're going to say where's the main borrower's email address. There it is. And let's opt them in, update existing. So this is the cool part, is that the system with MailChimp is going to look and see if that client is already existing, and then they're just going to update that client that's already there. And then off you go. Click yes. Test and continue. And it's going to give you another check mark, hopefully. Yep, there we go. All right, so there we go. So we've created new application, and we've done 1, 2, 3, 4 different things when a new application comes into the system. And this to me is brilliant. When I discovered Zapier and what it can do and how it can save me time, it just blew my mind, because each of these steps, although it may seem mundane and not such a big deal, well, this is 2 to 3 minutes. Create a card in Trello, that's say 5 to 10 minutes. Create a detailed event in Google Calendar, another couple minutes. Add a subscriber to MailChimp, what's that? So I mean, we're looking at maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes with distractions that we would have normally have taken out of our day to do all of these steps when we get a new client come in. But Zapier and Finmo can work together to go ahead and get this done for you every single time that this is done. So now you simply come up here and we can go give it a name, new application, steps, and you can even put all the different things that you speak to. Trello, G Drive, calendar, MailChimp, etc. Saved, and now you go ahead and you turn it on, and then every single time you get a new application moving forward, all these things are going to happen for you. So that is creating a multi-step Zap in Zapier. Does anybody have any questions? I know you've muted yourself, but we can open it up to any questions you have now. All good. Thanks, Kent. All right. So again, there's a few different things you need to know, and I'll watch for questions. Obviously, there's an account required with Zapier. So let's go back to the Zapier homepage. And if we look at Upgrade Now, you can see the different pricing for Zapier. Let's go to Canadian dollars. There we go. Myself, for any brokers that I've worked with, I haven't seen anyone that needs more than this starter package, $26.55 Canadian a month. You get 750 tasks a month. You get 20 zaps. So the zap I built is one zap, but it's a multi-step zap. So you can connect to 3 premium apps. You get filters, formatters, custom integrations. Then professional, the next one up, $65 a month. You get a whole lot more tasks, and of course more things that you can do from Zapier to your program. If you go with the free version, you can get 5 zaps, but they can't be multi-step. They're just single-step zaps. And the update time is 15 minutes, but I think everyone saw how quickly it actually changed and fed information to our systems. That's a stretch. I've never seen it take 15 minutes. So it's pretty instantaneous. So with that, that's all we wanted to cover today is Finmo Connect on how to take your Finmo program, go to the integrations, and connect it to your CRM program. We are working on a what we'd like to call a semi-done-for-you recommendation of Finmo through Zapier to their #1 CRM program, Pipedrive, and myself and a partner, we're working on a customer journey doc based on the use of Pipedrive with Finmo and Zapier. So we look forward to any feedback you give us on this, and please connect with me or any of our customer success team to have a tour up close and talk about your systems and how you want to connect. So thanks everyone for joining us today, and that is it for our Training Tuesdays Finmo Connect session.